Hello everybody, welcome back, and it is, yeah, local time's kind of messed up relative to home, as it were, but, tell you what, I think I have an idea on how to put this whole transmission dish to work. Now, it's gonna require a little bit of fanciness. We're gonna need to be a little bit extra here, but you know, what's the point of having your own, like, Arctic settlement if you're not gonna be just a little bit extra? You know, just a teensy bit. So, to that end, I think we might be better off actually making this more of a square, cause it's not that broad a hilltop, as it were. You can see it curves pretty rapidly, so we're gonna want as much space as we can for stability. Let's see, there, yep, that should be, maybe we go out another step, just to be on the safe side. A couple steps to be on the safe side. Because the safer, the less that I have to worry about this thing tipping over and tumbling down into the, like, valley, the better. Because Lord knows most things around here will the second you give them the inch. Okay, so, yeah, okay, and about to there, Humpty Whore, yeah, to about there at least. And let's bring that to there. Okay, just laying out a really quick kind of like platform here for us to work with. Okay. And now, whilst we can control anything that we put over here just by using this handy little terminal over here, we probably want to actually have, like, something that can, like, work for us just by itself. Like, just something we can sit in, like, receives comm signals, that kind of thing. We can do it just by tapping in effectively with the Wi-Fi from our suits into the beacon, but it's probably better to actually have somewhere we can sit and have, like, a long-form conversation. That said, communications, as I discussed in the last log, not so great. Not so great, it has to be said. But okay. So for that, we're going to want to actually add a cockpit, believe it or not, around here. But let's just start by laying this out. Is that about right? Yes, I think it is. Because this is going to be the foundation for our full actual system. Let's have the cockpit on this side. I think that's the most obvious one, because it is right next to this little ramp that we just added. Okay. And now here, we're gonna need a rotor. Or at least do we want to put the rotor there? Do we want to elevate the rotor? Yeah, let's elevate the rotor. And let's also just plonk in our cockpit. We don't really want an industrial one for this case, because like, visibility is not a huge concern here. Okay. And now we need a rotor. We only need a pair of these, because we're gonna be having this try to work on both axes, that being both pitch as well as yaw. We theoretically could add a roll, but there's not really much coal for that. For what I hope are semi-obvious reasons. And let's just shield this rotor from the weather a bit with a tip. Because if this freezes up, then it's going to take forever to warm it back up and actually move stuff around and all that. Okay. I'm gonna quickly build this up, and I will be back with you momentarily. And we are back just as dawn actually cracks, and yeah, you can kind of maybe see why I'm up so incredibly late. Not actually in the least bit to do with my sleep schedule, because now I have such a nice bed. Oh, I also put the missing battery back on the side of the rover, so it should hopefully last pretty well. It's got some nice charge there, 3 hours. Well, 3 days to some hours, depending on how steep a climb. That is, of course, based upon its current active use. And so far, so good. So we have a nice little dome here. We do have our cockpit to work with, and I just need to hop up to here and flip just grab the components I need. Could maybe do with, like, a ladder on the side or something, but I think it's fine. I think it's pretty much fine. Okay. So once we got this, we should have a nice, stable, terrestrial, I guess we'd call it, mount for the dish that we're going to be putting on top of it. Okay, good. And just as we go here, I'm actually going to check some stuff up. So rotor for your... And we're going to put your rotation velocity at 1. And then we're going to just bring that down here. So we're going to put reverse and rotor lock down here. And what that will allow me to do is to just tell it to stop at whatever angle I desire it to stop, as well as to reverse should I need to. But for the moment, let's just set that back to 0. So we want to say the lower limit 0. Reverse and unlock. And that should bring it all the way back to 0. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Okay. So once that's back in place at 0, we can actually start to put on the rest of our dish up here. And yep, I think that's done. Grand. So we want it to be at 0 so that we know which direction this is going to face when it's at 0. Not that that's going to be hugely a major concern, I guess, because when are we going to be, like, wanting this to be at exactly 0? I guess there is stuff over there. Or there could be eventually, at the very least. Oh, goody. Okay, need to dip. Because I need to go and restock my hydrogen. Ah, well, that's fine. Okay. So you can maybe get a little bit of an idea of what we're going for here. We're going to be building a 2-part rotational structure. And from that, we should be able to point virtually anywhere but down. The only reason we won't be able to point down is because of the actual clearance. If I built this way larger than the actual dish we could point it down, we shouldn't have too much need to do so. But, I guess we can come up with a solution if we ever need to point it straight down. Okay. Hydrogen in, hydrogen out. There we go. So now, we should be fine. Yep, there we go. Grand. Thankfully, the marker stone, I guess we could call this, is not that far away. Only a couple hundred meters. Hey. And thankfully also, my ASS does have an exoskeleton, so it does help with running, considering its weight. Oof. I'm actually not sure how much of, like, the ASS I can lift by myself. Okay. So we want to go a couple steps up. This is very similar in design to the solar panel brace that we use on the rover over there. Not that we've had a solar panel there for quite a while now. Why does that look... I swear that looks higher. Okay. And add a rotor. And then we just need a couple chunks. And then we can stick our dish onto this. But first, let's get this built up. So it looks a bit more, well, sturdy, because the dish is big. So, back in a moment. There we are. Looking rather presentable, if I dare say so myself. So just finish up this rotor, and then we have a little bit more setup to do. Okay, all good. So, now we want to rename that to rotor for pitch, so that we know which one is which. It is currently at 0. If we increase the pitch, it should roll forwards. Yep, so we want to set the lower limit to 0, and the upper limit to -90. And then if we just tell it to rotate, then it should spin to -90, which would, in this case, be pointing straight up. Except I've forgotten that this is actually meant to be facing the other direction. So if we reverse that... Oh, I set them both to that. Okay, that's fine then. That is fine. So the lower limit 0, upper limit 90. So it stays facing forwards that way. If I reverse it, it should then begin to tilt toward the sky. Perfect. If we ever need to send signals to space for some reason, we have that capacity. This is very much a case of things that we might conceivably have a use for later, so we might as well build it in now. Okay, so that's all set, so now I can just control that from here in the cockpit quite happily. Very nice. Okay. Let's put the rotor locks on, just so that I know that they are. Right. So now the big boy itself. We need to put on the antenna, because this is the thing that will actually let us communicate with the mainland. And just, can I get a... Yeah, not quite get that angle. I don't think I'm carrying any construction components, which is probably also contributing to why it won't let me identify that position. But let's see. Can grab that quite happily. Okay. As you can see, it's a freaking big boy. It is a biggin, to say the least. And why do you not... There you go. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. This is going to take a lot of girders. But it's progress. It's good progress. Now, another thing I'd like to add to this is a couple of pieces there, so we can actually attach a camera, so that we can have a decent idea from the cockpit where this thing is actually pointing. I don't, however, have any more steel plates, so either way. Right, well, I foolishly left the rover over here before I remembered that radio components are really gosh darn heavy, so consequently I'm just gonna ferry some components back, and then we'll hopefully be able to get those in like a trip with the rover in a little bit. But I should have the majority of the dish on me, so let's find out. Oh yeah, no worries. Literally just the radio components to worry about. But this will take a moment and a half to actually build. Ooh, I love a nice bit of circling. Okay, understandably we need radio components before we can even start broadcasting anything. Added a light to the back here, just, I know, in case anybody's flying really low. Hopefully that's not a problem, but, well, you never know. Especially with half the people on the migrant list. Okay. Plug those like so, and now I can pick out a camera. So I think... Okay, let's just rotate it like that. And now I should be able to fix this up. And I think I can do all this. Let's find out. Yeah, nice. Okay, and now if I go into the cockpits, I can grab the camera, and I can actually see what the camera is seeing. So if we turn off the pitch lock, we can see pretty accurately, or at least accurate out to a very long distance, where our lovely dish is actually pointed. Nice. Nice. Okay. So that is a 2 rotational axis dish. Grand. So we'll finish it up on the actual dish itself with a few trips from the rover. Hopefully, we might be able to make this in just the one. And then we can actually start to send and, well, send as well as receive signals. Because currently we're bouncing signals off of a buoy that admittedly is a rental. That's just sort of in international waters just to the south. But we should hopefully be able to use our dish now to send signals that'll actually be, like, stuff we can receive as well. Okay. Radio components. Oh boy, oh boy. not light in the slightest. But we're trying. Can I just store a few things inside of here, just so that I have a little bit more carrying room? Thank you very much. Oh yeah, game can carry a whole extra 4. That's... well... that's what I get, I suppose. There we go, okay. Head back. Really heavy. Oh boy. Yeah, radio components. We might... I mean, the rover pretty much constitutes our heavy lifting at the moment. We might need something like a buggy. Something that doesn't have nearly as much storage space, but can go a lot faster, a lot safer. I'm not even sure how we'd build that out here, though. Okay. So now, we just grab the radio components out of here, and we can just start shoveling them in to the dish. We should already have enough for... no? Not enough already? Okay. I was getting hopeful there, but okay. Come on. Oh, the lifters are having trouble with this. Little more. Come on. We can get there. We can get there. There we go. Beautiful. So let's have a look at that. Okay, it'll be a while before they're actually capable of, like, getting a signal back to us. There's, like, actual, like, there's windows, essentially. But, hopefully they are able to, get an idea. And this also gives us a nice little bit of, directionality. Okay, so let's point this in the correct direction. So if we go to that, there's a lovely little view of the valley. Very nice, but that's not the direction that we need to be pointing. So let's take off the horizontal lock. And I believe... yeah, we're fine for angle there. We want to be pointing pretty much towards there. And look, right there. Okay. So in that direction should allow us to ping a single, ping a hot signal in your river. We're going to be pinging a signal onto the buoy, and that should hopefully get us some information back. So yay! But meanwhile, they do at least know the beacon is up and running. I wonder if there might be a concern for power here. I mean, it should be fine. It only really uses power when it's actually let's see, max output 303.91. How are the batteries doing? Fully recharged. They're recharging. Okay, good. It'll take them a very long while to recharge, but they should be fine and dandy. So now it just remains to flesh out this platform, and hurrah! So in the next log, I should hopefully have received word from home base, as it were. And it's a nice looking little dish, honestly. I like that. But that is all that I have for you guys today. I hope you've enjoyed. Hope you're having a nice time back home. And I'll catch you all, as ever. Bleep. Next time. I probably shouldn't take my helmet off out here. It is a little bit nippy on the nose. It's fine, I've got a medbay.
I think that's all the oak wood we're gonna need. How much lumber is it? Do we need more rivets?
Think we're good for rivets.
Damn it, I forgot to check toilet places.
I think they're at like 190.
Guys?
Well, one sec, Cam. I'm trying to see where I'm gonna put this new carbuncle blush.
Oh, the one Fuzz posted? That's adorable.
Guys!
What's up?
The comms team is going wild. We've just got a stable signal out the lantern zone.
Sorry, what was that, Cam?
We got a clean signal on the right frequency blipping at the exact right rate. Actually alive.
Wow, I lost a bet.
Not even a landing signal either. It's stage 4 signal.
There is no way he's got a whole foundation up. The lander batteries were barely even rated for weather that cold. He should have frozen after, like, week 1.
Given that bet against him, I'll take my winnings in turnips.
God damn it. I just cancelled the boy rental and all. Oh boy.
Guess we'd better get working on the other landers then. We might have plating left over for 1 or 2 more.
Yeah, I'll work on sourcing some more.
Yeah, a problem with that.
Yep, yeah, right, shops are all gonna be shut. I'll look online.
Different problem.
Alright.
I don't think we're getting another cargo plane anytime soon.
So, who tells lying?
How's this sound? Hey boss, nice to hear you didn't freeze to death. Also, there's a global pandemic, so you'll be alone for like another month or 2. Okay, bye.
Hey, I know I'm in comms, but maybe we can draw straws.
I have a few thousand turnips that say not me.
This video and many others was made possible by the support of my patrons, whose labors in the dark mines of the deep Nether realm shall one day unleash my ceaseless horrors upon the world. To protect yourself from their awful wrath and reap some sweet rewards in the meantime, head over to patreon.com/line.